Hello and welcome to an Everquest guide for a level 115 Cleric. We're here on my Cleric Ketka, and we're kind of going to go through all of this now. So I'm going to go over spells first, some of my buttons down here, how I have a multi-bind set up to heal. And I'll talk about my extended target and any of the other things here, along with the quote-unquote burn for a Cleric. And auras. So there's two auras. So there they are. Here we go. So my spells are Sincere Remedy, Merciful Remedy, and Spiritual Remedy. These are my three main heals right here. And let's kind of go into them, right? These are quick heals. These are very fast cast time, 0.5 second cast time. The mana's pretty low on these, and they heal for 13, 10, and 8,000 respectively. And they heal a little bit more if your target's just a little bit lower. So it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice. So I have those three, and then I have Sincere and Merciful Intervention. So the intervention line of spells will heal their target, right? And then attacks the target's target for X amount of damage. So you can see here, Sincere Intervention, the higher level one, heals for 24,000 and then does damage anywhere between 13 and 17,000, depending on if the target is summoned, undead, or just a living mob. And then the same thing over here. This one is 19,000 heal with 10 to 14,000 damage. So this lets me get a little DPS out of the Cleric, and it has the target to target, so it kind of works well with the way I play. So I like it. Syllable of Soothing. This is a group heal. Heals everybody in the group for 1,600, but this is our synergy spell. Well, this line of spells is our synergy spell. So right here, our synergy spell, Syllable of Soothing, will give 100% chance to get Templar's Synergy 3 on all group members within 100-foot radius, providing three charges of an extra 13,000 on the heal, right? So if we cast this, right? So here we go. We get the 3 charges, and then this, instead of being a 13,000 heal, will be a 26,000 heal. Hard to show right now because it's probably not going to show it. Let's just click it. Yeah, so since nothing's damaged, it's not going to show. It's kind of annoying, but just believe me. So it'll take one of those charges and do that. This one might be too high level actually for it, unless it actually has to heal. Let's see here. Try this one. No, so if it doesn't heal it, I guess it doesn't take a charge. But anyway, the next one I have Jor Legs Retort here. This adds a chance for your target to cast the Gelad's Retort effect, which heals him for 5,400 when striking enemies, and then places channeled mark on it so that it deals damage to other players or other characters. So I believe this one, I have it in my multi-bind. If it casts, it casts, but it just does a little extra damage and a little extra healing via procs when it happens. And then I also have Composite Blessing. So I think in the previous videos I did not have the composite line of spells, which I can't remember what the 105 one is, or the 101. I don't think I had it because I didn't go buy it in Plane of Health or Plane of Tranquility. So adding it in here, Composite Blessing. So this will maybe I had it, maybe I didn't. I don't know. Composite Life Spring. So it just heals the group for 22,000, and then Composite Blessing heals my target for 49,000, increases their maximum health by 20%, and will heal an additional 12,000 if your target is below 20%. Just a big, nice heal. Keeps everybody off. It's got a long recast time. Let's see here. Composite has got a 1 minute recast time, so it's in my multi-bind. I just throw it out there when I need it, and it does a lot. Shining Aegis. This is a buff for the tank. It just absorbs incoming melee damage and gives you some charges out of that. Shining Defense, just 10% of the absorbs 10% of the incoming damage, or until it's done 3,200 strikes, and then it also has a chance to stun targets. Let's see here. Infusion of the Merciful. This is another buff. Adds Merciful Infusion as a melee proc to your weapon, which heals the target's target for 2960. So this is it only lasts for 8 charges, but if you put it on the tank, he will heal himself. Rallied Greater Protection of Vi. So this is another damage reduction spell. It's 10% of the incoming damage. This do 75,000 damage before it's gone, and then it will heal the whoever has the buff for 6,900. This is a group spell, so everybody in the group gets this, so including pets. And then Word of Greater Replenishment. So this is a group heal and a cure in one. It heals for 20,000 and it cures 38 counters and 30 curse counters. Now, this is a nice spell. I was alternatively going to go with, if I didn't have the Shaman, I would use, I think it's Sincere, god dang it, not Sincere Acquittal, Duration Heals? Yeah, Sincere Acquittal, I think this is it. Yeah, so if I didn't have a Shaman, I would run Sincere Acquittal instead. This is a group heal over time that cures. Now, I would say that would be probably more beneficial to me. But I run a Shaman at the moment, so it does not stack with group Torpor. So I run just the big heal that does the cure, because I need a cure, and that one also heals for a lot, right? So when that crits, I mean, everybody's full life. It's just fantastic. And then here at the end, I have the group buff spell. This one just gives everybody the current version of Agilism, Righteousness, and Benediction of Reverence, which is a spell haste buff, I believe. Yeah, spell haste buff. So, and I pretty much play self-buffed, so it's very beneficial. I just keep that on everybody at all times, and I keep it memorized, so if I battle res somebody, I don't have to like worry about memorizing something out of the way. Then I run Aura of Divinity, which increases hit points by, I think it's about 15 to 20,000 points, and then Aura of the Reverent, which absorbs incoming melee damage, 4% up to 1,200 per hit. This is very nice. Just really takes the edge off a lot of these big hits. And when we're looking at a parse here of the Zelandikar mission that I did earlier today, and we'll see how some of this stuff plays in. But that's the spells. Let's go into my hotbars here. So I play this character as a multi-bind character. What does that mean? I hit one button and lots of things go off on the toolbars, right? Because the way the UI works in this game, you can go here to a hotbar and you can bind all the buttons on that hotbar to the same button, and you can do it with an alternate key, so you can swap between different things and do different things. So I have this play style that I play. I can spam the 4 button and it's going to heal somebody, right? So let me get my tank and we target this guy and just start swacking at him. All right, where's my cleric? All right, so he's thwacking away over there, doing his thing. So if I hit 4, I'm going to do syllable, right? If I hit 4 again, it goes into all the little AA abilities just randomly, whichever one activated. And then composite, syllable, because syllable's back up. We have to always keep syllable up to make sure we use those charges and whatnot. So a remedy, intervention, you can kind of see here how it works, right? Very basic. If you watch any of the videos on Holdridge here, you'll see how I play, and it makes sense. All right, so I have a hide corpse button here. This just hides all the NPC corpses just in case there's too many, but it also auto inventories anything in her hand. I have a mage that's makes a lot of mod rods, so want to make sure we don't have those in our hand. They're actually in our bag. So I have on 4 and 5, I have heal X target 20. So my extended target over here is a fixed extended target for all my characters. 1 through 6 is the group. 19 is the group assists target, and 20 is the tank. So I only heal the tank. That's the only character I heal. I do not heal anybody else. If somebody else gets hit, they're probably either dead or they're gonna get passively healed through AoE heals. It just saves me time. I can't switch targets fast enough to heal things and then keep the tank alive. Keeping the tank alive is the only important thing to me with this character when I play. Everybody else is optional. If they die, I can res them and they can try again. But that's how I play with my characters. And then 6 here, I have the Word of Greater Restoration. So if I want to do a cure, I can just hit 6 and boom, a cure goes out. But 4 and 5 are multi-bind. We'll go into that here when we get down to that row, but I'll kind of explain how that works. And then we have a burn. So for a burn, my concept of what I'm doing is I want to get as much healing out as possible. Some names do a lot of damage, and sometimes if I get a lot of mobs, they're doing a lot of damage. So I want whatever I can do that will mitigate and heal as much as I possibly can. So let's kind of go into this. I got Channeling of the Divine as the first one here. So this will allow you to twin cast healing spells for 15 heals for 5 minutes. So once that's out there, my next 15 heals will be twin casted, so they'll be double heals. Then I have a Flurry of Life, which will increase the power of my healing spells by 35% for 1 minute. So those twin casted heals are even bigger now, right? Then I have Celestial Rapidity, which will reduce the cast time of the heals and damaging spells by 50% for 30 seconds. So now I'm casting stuff even faster with that spell haste stuff, right? It caps up to 50%, so it is what it is. And then a Word of Purity, which is just another cure. So if I'm fighting something that's doing some kind of AoE poison, disease, some kind of AoE that is just constantly being applied, this will take care of it, so I don't have to worry about it, right? And then Spire of the Vicar. So this was just one of the, every class gets a Spire, and it's just a super buff to that class, right? And mostly the group too. So this one blesses everybody in the group with Apex of the Vicar, reduces incoming damage by 5%, absorbs 4% of spell damage, 4% of melee damage, increases armor class by 30. That is insane. That is absolutely insane. Reduces, more melee damage reduction right here, 8%, more armor, give you a higher chance to resist spells, increases damage dealt by your critical damage spells by 35%. So I'm increasing everybody's damage by doing this. So I don't know if this applies to the whole group or not, or just me. And some of these apply to the whole group, some of them don't. But the wording on these is kind of ambiguous. So you're kind of like, what? And then melee procs. Now, technically, if you're playing Cleric and you're not playing it as a box, you want to be meleeing at all times. As you can see there, Clerics can bash and Clerics can swing that sword. Well, I guess it's a mace. Swing it pretty good because we get Hand of Holy Wrath, which I mean, it just did 23,000, so it's pretty good. But the proc on most of these healing weapons is Hand of the Holy Wrath, which does a lot of that, but it gives mana to the group. So we get a little lesser one from casting spells without meleeing, but we should melee as much as we can if we can. Right, so kind of keep that in mind if you're playing a cleric. So that's Spire, and then Burn 2, which goes into Focused Rejuvenation, which resets cast timers. I don't know what this would actually reset. I think it's just spells over here. It doesn't reset AAs. So if my composite's down, it's going to reset that. Everything else is pretty low cast time, but that allows me to get another composite out on the tank, so that's pretty nice. Healing Frenzy. So this grants your instant duration healing spells 100% chance to score a critical. They call it an exceptional heal here, but increases the mana cost of all spells by 30 to 50% for 18 seconds. So I'm healing more, but it's costing more. Mana isn't really big an issue. If I'm buffed with Clarity, mana is not an issue. If I don't have Clarity, it's a slight issue at times, but it just depends on the situation, what's going on and stuff like that. Let's see here. Improved Twin Cast. Let's see where that one at. Right here. When activated, allows you to twin cast up to 20 spells for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So this is only like damage spells, so it's not really that great. I do have these 2 sincere interventions in there, so I don't know if they count. I've never even bothered trying. I just have it in here just in case. All right, and then silent casting is just like the last one. The way I do this is I hit 7, I wait a second, and then I hit 8, and then I'll hit 7 again, and then I'll hit 8 again, just to make sure all these things get activated at the same time. And then silent casting here is just lowers the hatred. I don't think I've ever ran into an opportunity, a situation, anything where my cleric pulls aggro off anybody else in my group. I have not had that happen yet, but you know, it's there just in case. And then finally, I have used item 17, which is the breastplate, which is, what is the focus effect on this breastplate? I just got this one here from some named in Cobalt Scar. Let's see here. The effect is Merciful Shield, absorbs 100% of incoming melee damage for 234,000, triggers recurrent Merciful Shield. So yeah, a massive damage shield. I guess you can put that on a tank, right? I would assume so. I've never actually used this. Let's see here. Just right click it. Yep, it does. It goes right there on Merciful Shield, right on the tank. So definitely a huge buff there. And then the breastplate itself is a 9-minute reuse, so you kind of want to use that as much as possible. That's kind of nice. All right, that is burn 2, and then burn 3 is just Intensity of the Resolute, but I don't really. that's if things really go bad. All right, let's see here. That's that. I have a sit macro. Divine Peace is our escape. I just have that on there. I have my mount here. I mount up when I can. Just, you know, what I need to do when I need mana, right? On this numpad too, so this is where my mouse would be. I have a DPS button, which will do turn undead and send the hammer. Clerics get a summoned hammer. Celestial hammer here. It does a little damage every once in a while. It's not a big deal if it doesn't go. Numpad 4 is the same as my Shaman and Necro dots, so it's kind of like a I have to kind of pause healing to do it, so it's kind of tricky to get it on there for the cleric. But the way I hit the button, I just when I get everything under control, like slowed and stuff, then the tank doesn't really need healing as much. I can hit this and it'll go in between, so it usually works out. And then I have a buff X target 20, which just pretty much goes through these buffs that I have permanently memorized here. Rallied, Infusion, and Shining. So it just gets a little clicky click on all those via the timers here. I should probably put Retort down at the bottom, but I haven't really thought about that one. You know, just I have it in the multi-bind, but it is what it is. Let's see here. I got Tranquil and Mass Group buff. Just when I'm in guild lobby waiting for trying to get clarity, I just can hit Mass Group buff and then hit Agilism, and then everybody there gets it. People seem to appreciate that. I get tells on my shaman every time I do it, so it's kind of funny. Then my next row, I got my follow button, just turns attack off, targets whoever X target 1 is, stands up and follows them, and also invites them to the group. Because if in my typical play, I have a button on my paladin here. I just hit this, invites everybody to the group, and then I hit follow, and it will invite them, and it causes the group to be formed. It's pretty neat. Let's see here. And then I have Bind Affinity, Gate, my Campfire, Origin, Throne, basic transportation spells. Nothing on this bar. And then my multi-bind. So I have Syllable of Soothing as the first spell, followed by Sincere Remedy, followed by Composite Blessing, followed by Intervention, Remedy. That is in the wrong order. That one goes, let's put it there. I guess when I was flopping them around, moving them around, I messed it up. Sincere Intervention, Merciful Remedy, Retort, Merciful Intervention. And then I have the group spell here. Sometimes it goes off, sometimes it doesn't. I'm actually going to take it out right now and just put the remedy there. And move this one. Come on, move. Wow, I cannot grab this. I cannot grab Beacon of Life. So Beacon of Life just heals everybody in the group for 30,000. Pretty nice spell. Then I have Yelp down here. Yelp will return mana. I have. I thought I had Yelp. I thought I had. Oh no, so that's the next rank. This one, yeah. This is the one I have. This one, gives me 217% or 217 extra mana regen. Puts our, what the hell? Oh god. All right, click that. Click off that. Can I grab this? There we go. That's what it was. I don't know. Something's wrong with the UI where you can't see the icons when you're holding them. I don't know. There's a bug. There we go. The get Yelp, that puts our mana regen at 467 right now. Not the highest, but seems to work as well as we can get it right now. Burst of Life, just another heal for the target. This is a 3-minute reuse, 37 to 44,000 health. Exquisite Benediction, another stationary ward that just heals everybody. Divine Guardian, this is kind of pretty much a divine intervention for the tank. If he falls below 30%, he will be saved. Celestial Regeneration, this is a group heal. 15,000 a tick for 54 seconds, big heal. Blessing Sanctuary. Why are these two on cooldown? I must have went through the rotation a few minutes ago. Blessing Sanctuary, just another instant heal. This one's 75,000, and I guess lowers your aggression. Probably something I probably shouldn't cast on. Well, I guess it doesn't matter because as soon as he does a hostile action, it will break the effect, so it doesn't matter. Divine Arbitration just levels everybody in the group's health. And Forced Celestial Regeneration, which just heals the target for 18,000 every 6 seconds for 18 seconds. So 3 ticks of that. Yeah. All right. So that is all my multi-bind. Those all go off in somewhat of an order every time I hit 4 or 5. Then up here is just like the clickies for all that. So I kind of like to have them all there so I can see them and see what's inside of hotkeys and stuff like that and know when they're on cooldown. We have Call of the Herald, which will, bring somebody back in the middle of a fight with a little bit of resources. Does not res them though. Blessing of Resurrection reses somebody. They come back with no resources. Divine Resurrection will bring somebody back and give them full mana and full health and full stamina. I try to save this for when my tank dies and bring him back. And then all I have to do is hit Ageism, Focus, Damage Shield, and his self buff, and he's ready to go again. And I don't have to worry about anything. And then we have Verant Perseverance. So this is a instantly gives us 60,000 health and mana. That's a self-only kind of thing. It's really nice for when you're almost out of mana and boom. All right, I got a little bit more left. On the flip side of that spell, there's one I can give 60,000 mana of my own mana to somebody else. And they both share the same 41 timer, so you can't do them at the same time. And they're both a 20-minute reuse. So I can either give myself 60,000 mana or give somebody else 60,000 mana of my own. All right, then we have Radiant Cure, Greater Purify Soul, Purify, and Purified Spirits. These are all cures and whatnot that I have here. Just I think this is group, this is group, this is group, and Purify is not group. This is a target. So just in case, there's something that the group heal does not cure, I can throw that out there if I need to. But typically when I hit the group cure here, I hit Splash on my Paladin, which totally takes care of just about everything at that point. Blessed Chains is our AA root. Never used it. Never been in the situation the way I play my character. Divine Avatar, increases your chance to proc weapons. So it's a, if you want to be a melee cleric, this is going to be your your go-to spell. And then I just have macros for doing the auras without me having to memorize them and stuff like that. Just one button. Memorizes it, casts it, switches back to my normal spell set for both auras there. And then I have Ageism on that, but I think I haven't updated this line. Yeah, it's still the old one. I keep it memorized all the time now. I didn't have enough spell slots early on to do that. Then I have Divine Aura, so if I need to go invulnerable so I don't die, it's there. But if I have to do that, something's probably gone wrong anyway. Then I have my Familiar, and then I have my Saint's Unity, which just does Armor of Sincerity, which is a self-buff mana regen kind of thing. I don't think that actually landed on us. We have Comriff's Focusing. Block. I guess I did not block that one. There we go. That probably is why I was having mana regen issues. It does not stack with focus, right? So you saw that there. I don't believe it stacks with spiritual vigor either, which is the Beast Lord HP buff, HP attack buff. So you might want to get rid of that one too. Just depends. You gotta pay attention to your spells. I don't really do a good job at that. All right. So that's all my abilities, all my skills, all my spells. So let's go into AAs. So where I'm gonna go with AAs, right? So we're 115. We're no longer auto granted. We have 181 AAs right now to spend. What am I gonna spend them on? Well, Synergy would be the first thing I would buy, but I already have that, so I don't need it. The first spell thing I would probably want to get. So let's go to can purchase. Focuses are really important here. These ones don't look as important to me. So like abundant healing, healing boon, healing adept, those are going to be important. General sturdiness, combat agility and stability could be important. But what I'm going to go with first is spiritual remedy. So this will give, so currently 15%. This gives another 3% heal to my main heal, the remedy line. So you'll notice it does spiritual, merciful, and sincere. That is like the lowest level one, right? Yeah. Okay, so it does the 3 that I have. They get an 18% extra heal. So that's kind of nice for that. So we're going to grab that one. And then let's see here. We got improved intervention, which increases the healing and base damage of your intervention line of spells, which is the next line of spells we use, by another 3%. So yeah, we're going to take that. And there we go. So we got an extra 3% on like half our spells. So that's pretty good. And then from there, just blow all my A's on stuff. Salvage. Just blow them on whatever I can here to get rid of them. All right. And then for mercenary, I don't use a mercenary, obviously, but I'm kind of just buying all of the things that I would use if I was using mercenary, like the healing ones, and probably the tank ones. And just, you know, get them all. Just because you get a 55 cap on a mercenary A, so you want to make sure you use those, get those spent as soon as possible. All right, gear wise, there is not a whole lot to say about gear, I don't think. One of these, let me see if I can find it. One of these has a focus on it. So the helmet has the magical focus. So our spells do magical damage. So we want to that focus, right? The breastplate gives a focus to our remedy line of spells, which happens to be the one I'm using. So it's another 6% there. Let's see here. The cloak will increase the duration of spells. Here we go. The neck is the one that's really important here. The neck increases the potency of healing spells. So you're going to want to have your neck updated as much as possible. With Lorien's song out now, there is a neck. Let me see, where is it? I have it on my Necromancer right here. The Subdued Collar of Lost Legacies. At 125, this is the neck you're going to want for all classes in the game. As you can see here, this increases our healing potency by 105 to 120%. So you see, it has a significant upgrade over this thing. So definitely the neck is going to be a big one for the Cleric. And let's see here, the boots lower, you know, spell haste. So between the Cleric self buff and that, you should have almost max spell haste. Disease spells, we don't have any of those. The weapon, you want the Holy Wrath weapon, or the one that gives you back mana. I think this one is probably going to be the best because you do get some mana back and it heals the group, even if you're casting spells. And then if you go melee, you're going to get 4,000 back. So it's even better there. I don't know about the earrings. No. Yeah. There's probably another one we want. I just don't have them all because, as you can see, I'm still wearing mostly heroic level 100 gear. I got a few upgrades here and there, like with the Snowbound and then the Snow Squall. But it's still not the best. I don't even have updated rings. Doesn't look like so. Let's see here. That's gear, AAs, spells. Think I'm missing something obviously that I've done before, but I can't remember. Buff wise, you're gonna want to have ageism on, right? Because it doesn't stack with our skin. Like it stacks with all our stuff, but it doesn't stack with anybody else's stuff, right? We want our skin, the Saints Unity, and we want clarity, and we want Brells. Brells is the buff we want for extra HP. You're gonna want the best pet you can get. I mean, the best mount you can get, the best familiar you can get. Soon we're gonna be doing the Paragon of Burning Lands, and that will yield an illusion, and it'll give it a nice illusion buff. You'll want that on all your characters or your character. I can't think of anything else here I'm missing. Yeah, I think that's everything. Wow, that was quicker than normal. All right, so that is the Cleric. The multi-bind is that. Oh yeah, I was gonna go with this. Yeah, here we go. I totally forgot. I was gonna show this parse. I kind of went over this in the video for this, but this is during the Zlandikar fight that I did with my group, and you can kind of see here how much I'm healing with this setup, right? The paladin obviously heals himself quite a bit just doing his stuff, but I'm healing, you know, almost a 6 million potentials in 162 seconds, right? My max heal was 177,000. My max potential heal, so I guess I got a 564,000 crit heal, which is pretty nice. Paladin got a bigger one. It's crazy. I don't have any lucky stats yet, I don't believe, so I'm kind of missing out there. But 100, like if we look at the tanking summary, the tank took 4.6 million. He got healed for 4.7 million. So I had no problem healing him this entire fight. Let's see here, where is the tanking chart? Bring out the tanking chart. Yeah, the pet took aggro there for a little bit, so kind of they summoned little swarm pets. They kind of took aggro that kind of helped me out there. But as you can see here, the tank pretty much held most of it most of the time. None of the other pets can tank except for the swarm pets during these kind of encounters. So you can see it's a very consistent damage over time, and we were able to keep him up without any issues. If we go into the healing timeline here, you can kind of see, kind of kept everything up over time, all the stuff going just fine. Where's healing summary? If we go selected, see beacon of life, yelp, and then just all the remedies going out, retort went out. So it looks like everything's just working, you know, how I explained it. We receive a lot of stuff from all the other guys, right? But we didn't really have it. I was surprised how easy it went down. I was expecting, you know, having issues healing, but it worked out well. I didn't even have to really heal that much on the shaman. It was pretty much the paladin and the cleric really just kept themselves alive, really. The paladin probably could get to the point where he could, I'm not going to say solo it, but he's not going to take much damage, theoretically. Just, you know, the way the paladin works really plays into how everything else works with all the synergy stuff going out and stuff like that. It's just such huge heals that it's insane, honestly. But yeah, I just want to kind of show that, you know, in action, how well it worked out with this setup that I'm using right now. And that's at 1:15. We will be doing the other missions. I think Velx is on my list to do soon. The mechanics of the avatar one is kind of annoying, so I might drop down to like 3 characters and do it with just the 3 of them, so I can put mercenaries in to take the death touches, if you will, because it's kind of gets annoying. It kind of gets annoying, honestly, having to duck and pay attention to all that. But there we go. That is the 115 Cleric setup guide. There will be another one at 120 when we've conquered Luckland. So that is probably where we're heading next with this group at some point, and what we're going. So thank you very much for watching, and have a fantastic day.